Hello, good morning. It's dark in here. Well, for one, it's a basement with no windows. And there's the theater room. But it's also just after 6. The reason why I'm down here this morning is because when was the last time you broke a good sweat or felt the pump after an intense workout? When I asked myself this question, I didn't like the answer I had. I decided to buy an Apollo Pro V water rower from First Degree Fitness in early February 2021. I'm referencing the date because I want to make a follow-up video in the future. And if you stick around to the end of the video, I'll share with you the reasoning behind the purchase as well as my fitness lifestyle plans going forward. I paid around $1,470 from Costco.ca, and that included the $350 discount. Expensive, I know, but if you're watching this video, you're probably like me and you like to take care of your things so they last a long time. The assembly of the rower took a solid hour, but it was as simple as attaching the seat to the rails and then kind of sandwiching the rower assembly in place with bolts. Plus, there was a trip to the grocery store to buy 17 liters worth of distilled water. So if you have a rowing machine on order, add distilled water to your grocery list just to save some time in the future. I thought if this water was good enough for newborn babies, it should treat my rowing machine well. Filling the rower was pretty easy. I didn't make a mess. They supply you with a dual-purpose filling and drainage hand pump tool, which is great, but I opted in for a kitchen funnel instead because overall it was just a bit faster. First impressions, fully assembled, the Apollo Pro V looks like an accessory to a home and not a typical piece of fitness equipment you'd see laying around. The hardwood rails are nicely stained with a hard, glossy finish. I like how the seat has these bristles to keep the track in good condition. The handle feels high quality and has a firm rubber grip. The seat cushion is also a good size, and I'm really glad it's padded because a lot of the commercial rowing machines you see in gyms are solid plastic. The frame of the rowing assembly is also metal, which is a nice change from the cheap imitation ones you typically see on Amazon. I don't think I have any complaints about this rower, but if I had to start picking it apart, my list would be pretty small. I wish the rower was a few inches longer, and the only reason I say this is because I'm 6'1", so when I'm fully retracted, I have to be careful with my full range of motion. The only other complaint to bring up doesn't personally affect me, but my wife says that the foot holders are not as universal for smaller shoe sizes. Just over a month later, using the Apollo Pro V rower a good handful of times a week from both myself and the missus, this thing is a beast. When I ask myself the original question now on when the last time I broke a sweat or felt the burn after a workout, I can truthfully say it was just the other day on my rower. I found the sound of fluid rowers can also be quite soothing. The water splashing back and forth puts your mind in a sort of trance, maybe similar to a runner's high. I also discovered a small rowing community on YouTube where you can follow along guided rowing classes, which is kind of cool. Or I found I like to make up challenges for myself, like trying to row 25,000 meters in a week, or seeing how fast a 2,000 meter sprint takes and then trying to beat your time every day like an old school racing game time attack. So if you're looking to buy a new rower or invest in your first one, I would consider a water rower like the Apollo Pro V. As nice as the Concept 2 is, for me personally in my basement, I wanted the water sound and not a big obnoxious fan. And as promised, the reason why I bought a rower in the first place and started investing in more home workout equipment is because my wife and I have probably spent closer to maybe $8,000 to $10,000 over the past decade on general fitness related expenses. That's just the cost of memberships, punch passes, and maybe the occasional trainer. Not factoring in the cost of your time as well as the fuel used just to get yourself there. Although that cost has helped us maintain a pretty good health over the past several years, there are no tangible items from that significant of an investment. So at least I know now that over the next bunch of years, I'm going to slowly start building a home gym. It's undecided how tall, grande, vente it'll be at this time, but I know that exercising and keeping healthy is definitely not something I'm looking to give up anytime soon. So I'm curious to know, what was your big first piece of home gym equipment? Or if you're looking to get a rower, what models are you particularly looking at? Also, please subscribe to the channel. I'm really trying to get 2,000 subscribers to help give me a boost. Also, you can follow me on Instagram if you want to see a behind the scenes look at my work from home life. And I cannot wait to see you in the next one.